Hi everyone, here's a little update on my DA project.
For those who don't remember, my project looks at the future of women's sexuality in regard to sex robots. So far, I've worked on my website design and I've published one article every week, one on the history of women's sexuality, another on the sex robot technology, an article on women's thoughts towards sex robots, and one on the future of women's sexuality in regards to sex robots.
During my weekly research, I came across one of John Danaher's articles where he says, "When I say to my colleagues that I'm writing and editing a book on sex robots, they seem to get immediately uncomfortable and dismissive." This reality proposed by him could be perceived into my audience responses towards my DA project. In fact, it didn't generate a lot of reaction and discussion. For example, on my website, I only had 2 interactions. However, some of my friends did send me private messages to have further information on the subject. Also, I had the chance to take part on different conversations with older women that didn't seem very comfortable with the topic. But even if I didn't generate a lot of interaction, I believe that I might have created some form of interest because each week I had a lot of views on my articles, especially the one focusing on sex robots of April 17 and the futures of women's sexuality in regard to sex robots published on May 4th. As for the changes I had made to my original idea, first of all, I put aside the podcast production. In addition, I changed the day on which I published my article to put them online on Saturday morning for Australia and Friday morning for Canada, which is the busiest time and moments on platforms like Twitter and Facebook, according to the site Sprout Social. Also, I decided to change direction in terms of the theory I was going to use to write my articles. Indeed, I propose an exploration of the concept seen in week 2, 3, 4, and 6 instead of the one we will see in week 9, 11, and 12. Well, at least for now, I know that week 9 lecture, cyberculture, cyborgs, android, and robot is not really relevant to my topic, even though robots are part of the experience of a cyberculture. Through their definition and their main purpose, cyborgs and android are not relevant to the subjects of the sex robot. For the other week's subject, 11 and 12, we will see the relevancy as we go through the course series. Afterwards, I was inspired by one of the comments I offered to Madeline for her DA project, the integration of video and visual material that partially summarize her articles. So I've added video material, images, and podcasts to my articles to make them more interactive. Finally, I decided to put Tamara's advice into practice, where she suggests that I should write in a tone that would allow my audience not only to acquire information about the present technology, but also to get a female perspective. In addition, I decided to share on my different social platforms in order to reach a larger audience. Also, I tried to use platforms such as Reddit as proposed by May. However, I was not very comfortable with the way it worked. For the writing of each article, I used scientific articles as well as newspaper articles. Indeed, it was important for me to write on a scientific basis to support the validity of this subject, which seems completely far-fetched. However, when it came to write about the future of this specific technology, it was extremely hard. As I mentioned in this article, there are so few data on the past and on the present that it's hard to find futurists that are making some prediction without any inaccuracies. In few of my articles, I slip into theoretical concept, but most of the links with the concepts seen in class can be found in my publication, The Future of Women's Sexuality, where I look at the future of sex robots in regards to women 20 to 25 years from now, through the main concept of transhumanism and through the idea of Ronay Jr. in his work The 7 Beauties of Science Fiction, as well as the main idea of Sador and Massini, multiple futures. However, this won't be the only article with many references to the course. I want to write another one, Gender Beyond Binaries and Sex Beyond Heterosexuality. Also, I would like to make an experiment with the replica application. I want my friends and I to talk on an everyday basis to this AI avatar during 2 weeks and share our experience in a podcast and then reflect this experiment on the future of human interaction with sex robot 20 to 25 years from now. Finally, for the following week, I want my DA's project focus to be on the foresight of women's sexuality. Indeed, I've witnessed through the feedback that I've received that women feel anxious toward this technology.